Hello, everyone, and welcome to Age of Cignare Online. This is your friend Cignare, and haha, whoa, let's take a breathing. Let's take a breathing. Well. Today we are going to test some of the questions that we've been having in our chat, and want to let everybody knows that we feel so confident about all the work that we've been doing in the last 3 months. I personally feel I'm lost out of breath. To be look, give me a second. Give me a second. I need to catch my air. Woo! Whoa! What's coming is absolutely supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Everybody's gonna love it. If you love this game, you're gonna love what's coming, baby. You're gonna love it. We're gonna do a quick text and we're gonna get right to the point. I have spawned probably around 1,000 mobs, maybe a little. It was 1,000, but because of what already was in the map, you know, you're going to see a little bit more than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a grinding run straight from here. We're going to show everybody. And some people say, well, you're the only player and you're level 175. Well, that is irrelevant to the test that we are doing. Of course, a level 175 wouldn't be in this map. This map is technically for level maybe late R2 or early R3 or R4, right? And if an R5 want to have an easy way, and take time and not really spend too much money, then this is the right spot. But in the end, an R5, R6, and R7s, they ain't going to be here. They're going to be on a higher map because we are, we're preparing something majestically amazing for them. Right? They're going to have fun in their maps. They're not going to have the need to come here. So we are exaggerating what potentially could be in this map. And what I mean exaggerating, and we're talking about 4 or 5 times what it could be one player can handle. All right? Of course, we're using certain codes to prevent us to use pots and die and wherever. We just want to show you the ability that we have, right, to walk through a map that is infected with massive, and I mean massive mob. So it doesn't matter if a party or a player come across your herd, it makes no difference. The amount of mob that both 3 players, 4 players can carry will not match what I'm about to do now. So not only that, I have my entire apartment windows replaced, and I had to switch the server from one location to another. And I'm using, which I haven't gone, and yet set up the network properly. I'm using a 50 feet Cat5 cable to run the server. So it's actually running at a very slow speed, and then we lost about 35% of the speed. So I'm not even at the maximum capacity the server is going to be running. So if I disconnected, my apologies. But with that being said, you know what? Let's kick it. And let's get it on. Now, there is at least 700 mobs on me right now. No question. Look at this. Now, this is a big spot. I did about 1,000. I picked up at least most of them. Of course, as I explained it, my network is still a little slow. Even though I am walking slow, the lagging doesn't stop me. It's just too much for regular players to carry this. And the fact is that there's remotely impossible for a player to get at this point. It doesn't matter how good a computer you have. I have a $3,000 computer, make no mistake. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that there's a limitation to everything. And of course, I'm just moving around. Let me go ahead and give a... Oops. Okay, what happened here? I'm misspelling it. Sorry about that. Look, I'm on a quick pause here. A lot of players, you know, they have a perception on the game because they've been playing it for a very, very, very long time. And absolutely, some of you are absolutely good at it, right? And some of you have the grace that you know how to grind and how to really, you know, take it to another level. And that's amazing. I can do that. I've been there before. But the fact is, the game has to have a limitation. And if a player, just because he knows how to, you know, grab a lot of mobs, look, there's still some of them here, a lot of them. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to grab 1,000 mobs. You know, the fact is that's going to be relatively impossible. It doesn't seem realistic. 100, 200 mobs, 300 mobs, it's actually a lot. And the fact is that if you're grinding with a party, you have one person grabbing the herb, and you have second or third player hitting the herb while it moves. So with that being said, 2 people, 3 people on a party, which it'll be something we'll be fixing as well. The party on this game has always been a very painful thing, and it's always been different in every version. There's never been a consistent good idea, a system for the party, and we are going to do it. And that will be something later on we'll be focusing on. Right now, we just want to show you that the ability of grinding is going to be majestic. With those who love grinding, you're going to see yourself in a much higher level than you've ever been before. And the fact is, there's several aspects of the game that we have learned in the last 3 to 5 months that has allowed the new programmer, Mr. Alter, to really majestically take control of the issues that we normally complain and the versions that we've been part of before. And the fact is that everybody knows if you're grinding with a party, as you move, your party is killing the herb. What that's going to do is that you're going to move much faster, you're going to cover way more ground, and you're going to have a lot more mobs to move around. You don't have to grab an entire map like you used to, or people will grab this entire water body here, right? It will be hard for players to cross each other because it's a small area. We are going to make certain mobs aggressive so that the areas of grinding can be split out. That way, not everybody has to be here, right? I believe the mobs in the water and the mobs outside the water will matchly equally the amount of experience and the hurting. The wavering that used to be here made it impossible for players to grind it because they hit hard. So what we did is we removed them and we replaced them with ants, and now you have a whole entire map that could be really, I mean, this place is huge. I'm here in this spot right here, and you see all that I took. Fairly enough, you're going to have players going from the entrance all the way to the beach here. You have people in the water, and not only that, you have people in the back of the map, which is absolutely huge. This part back here where most people know it, but they don't come because it wasn't worth it. Now it will be. Look at this. This whole area is going to be another avenue of grinding. I mean, we're talking about amazing grinding. And the fact is, it's going to be very easy and very simple for players to grind around and parties. It's going to be rarely where you guys have to cross each other. And if you do, it's not going to be a big deal. The way the maps are going to be floating around, none of you are going to feel that crossing each other will be an issue. Back then, the issue was, well, the map is, there's not many mobs in the map. You have to cover a large amount of the map to gather a fair amount of mobs. I always thought that was unfair. But we had a programmer previously that, unfortunately, it wasn't smart enough to get to that point. And I have no problem insulting this person because this person is a fucking coward. To be honest with you, he stole everything that we had, and now he's trying to do his own thing and trying to act like he's not doing it, but we all know he's doing it because everybody knows it. I don't give a shit. We're going to continue doing what we're doing, and we're going to take this game to a level that no other version I've ever taken it before. And he who has betrayed us will be sorry for that because he's going to pay the consequence, and the time will come. Make no mistake about that. And those who have doubted us will say, shit, Cignare did it. The team took it to another level. And the fact is that there are those who have strongly have remained with us, supportive and aggressively motivating us to go to another level. To those, we love you, we appreciate you, and we hope that those who are doubters also come and join us because we want you to join us. We want to be part of our family. We want to treat you always like we always have, with respect and integrity, and we want to give you fair gameplay. We have a team, Benji, Alder, Index, Trivium, DevDoc. What amazing members have been part of this community for a decade. We're not strangers to you. And the love and the passion and dedication we put to this is for you guys. Of course, it is a gratification that we get an incredible, I get an incredible feeling just to be part of it. And my dream gets to come, in reality. The fact is that we're going to continue focusing on bringing you guys an amazing game and something that works, right? And if there's an issue, I promise you, we will attack it right away. I promise you, we're not going to have the procrastination that we used to have. I used to give the old programmer a task to take 3 months to do it and then do it right. I do not believe for a second that is not what we have now. That fact of the matter is that I've seen in the last 3 months things that I've never seen in the last 17 years I played this game. So for those who, have a little bit of questions, and please ask them. If you have a suggestion, we have a channel specifically for that. Please tell us what you think we should do. Tell us what your ideas are. Tell us what your issues were so that we can find them and prevent them. Tell us what was making you uncomfortable within the gameplay, of course. And then we'll do our best to make it as easy or as comfortable as possible. Of course, we need to maintain an umbrella of fairness, right? And we need to maintain a scope of a system that works fairly for everybody. A lot of the times doing that, it's hard to make somebody happy. It's hard to make, there's always going to be one or two that you may not accomplish. But we will still be here to listen to you, to hear your voice, and most of all, to try our best to implement those ideas that you guys are bringing to us. I appreciate those who have come into our suggestion channel and have put the input of those ideas. Thank you so much. You have helped us so much. You have really opened the eyes to other avenues, and we really, really appreciate that from the bottom of our heart. I have a feeling that the game is going to go to a level where it's never been before, and I think you guys are going to love that. We are excited to show you what we have in hands, and I can't wait to change the skins of this. We have something amazing for these things. I mean, we're going to try our best to keep the entire structure, or should I say the facial, descriptions and all that stuff. Oh my God, look at this stuff. I mean, this is going to be a nice mob to skin. And there's so many parts to this skin right here. Look at that. Yep, then that's the boss. We're going to turn him around and turn him into an amazing boss. Look at that. All right. Well, everyone, I hope this was a little bit of information for you in terms of the lagging and, grinding. I believe I forgot to tell you, in addition of having double and an occasion in some maps, you're going to have triple. Like here, we're going to have a lot of mobs. We're going to have double or triple here than what you guys are normally used to. But the respawning time, it is going to be also way faster. I believe it was 20 to 25 seconds back then because that was the default and it was never changed. I believe now, and although when you kill massive mob, they don't all appear at the same time. We're gonna do a 5-second starting point instead of 20-second starting point, right? In 20 seconds they start spawning, and by the time 1 minute passed them, maybe the whole map is already respawned. But we're gonna do a 5-second all the way to 20 seconds. That means that if you kill 100 mobs, they all come back between 5 to 15 seconds. Normally about 80% of them will respawn. What that means is if you're grinding in an area and you want to come back quicker than you thought, you're not going to come across an empty area. They're going to be, it's going to keep you guys in a smaller area. Then try to get half of the map to get a fair amount of experience. This is going to be absolutely incredible when you have 3, 4, 5 parties that want to be in the same map. It will keep you guys in certain areas. And we're going to have maps that are going to be absolutely huge for 4 or 5 parties. Trust me, there are a few maps for that. We're not going to get into traveling into all that right now, but we just want to give you a very short version today of what we wanted to do. So with that being said, thank you guys for the questions. Those who are continue interacting in our Discord, please continue doing so. We have our Facebook group, our new Facebook group that we used to have long ago. The one that we had, it was taken away from us by the cowardly actions of Mr. James Ryan. So it don't matter. We're going to get back up. We are getting back up. And this time around, we're going to go 10 miles further than we ever been before. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. This is your friend Cignare. We love you guys. Subscribe and like the videos.